Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam, Makapashan, James Lanin, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rachach Hadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, preaching his truth in all sincerity. All right, back with another lesson. This one's going to be on the Ezekiel chapter 34 here, as you see on the screen. I touched on a precept in this chapter on one of my previous vids, and I thought it was a good chapter to what it was I was going into, but because that wasn't necessarily the topic of the lesson, I didn't read the whole thing. So, this is going to be on Ezekiel 34 here, and just basically going into, these false leaders that are set up amongst our people, okay, that ultimately lead us astray and that take advantage of us, man, use us for their own personal gains and their own personal needs, and there are many of them, okay, that because there hasn't up in all this time, there's not been someone among us to raise us up out of the conditions that we're living in. You might say some of these people might have improved certain conditions for our people, but realistically, all that's happened is that they've put us deeper and deeper into the system, okay, into the hands of Esau, right? And their exploits has caused all the other all the other nations to exploit us and to use us also. So it really is not done any good for our people. All right, and that also includes these various Israelite camps that are out there not teaching the full doctrine, the full gospel. All right, that are leading our people astray, that are gonna end up getting our people destroyed because of the false doctrines that they teach. Okay, denying the MOTB, okay, the RFID chip, you know, um, making them feel comfortable with complying with Esau's demands as of this moment, concerning the Crown Vic Royale. All these different doctrines are out there in these different camps are ultimately going to get our people killed. All right, and all they're interested in is really, you know, um, speaking sweet things in your ears so that you keep coming back and make the congregation bigger and all this kind of stuff. They're not serious. Okay, they're not dealing with the Lord, the truth, in sincerity, man. Okay, but using it deceitfully. But anyway, let me continue on with this lesson. Anyways, we will get into it. Ezekiel 34, right? We'll start from the top. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Okay, the shepherds are, you got shepherds and the sheep, right? And the shepherds are meant to take care of the sheep. Okay, lead the sheep, you know. But today we got all these leaders, whether they be celebrities, whether they be activists or religious leaders, and all these different types of leaders that our people have, and especially those that Jake look up to because of one reason or another, because they got money, because they got power or influence in a certain sphere or whatever. Big and small leaders, all across the spectrum, right? Those leaders mislead our people, all of them. All right. The only ones that are capable of leading our people, so to speak, are the men of the Lord that have this 100% truth, because they're here instead of Yahweh Shai, which is the one who's going to lead us out of this captivity. Okay, he's going to take us out of our captivity, out of our plight. All right, but only those men that hold his doctrine are able to, correctly lead the people. All right, it says thus saith the Lord, power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Right? So Lord is saying, destruction upon you for those that feed themselves, that are only, mostly concerned about their own self, their own belly. Okay, that you're out here for your own gain, making merchandise of the people that are following you, making your pockets fat. Woe unto you, man. Because there's plenty of them, man. Brother showed up an image of Creflo Dollar, right? And he's estimated to be worth 27 million. All right, and then the brother compared it to Michael B. Jordan, He an actor, right? So you'd think he'd be on more, or he's earned more. But he's only 25 mil. I say only, but still. But Michael B is an actor, and people look up to him obviously, but he's no leader. Creflo Dollar on the other hand is supposed to be a religious leader, all right? But he's mad rich for leading his people, supposedly. Meaning meaning that he's taking a lot of money off people, all right? That's what it means, with his congregation, all right. But a man in this truth, which we obviously know he don't have the truth, but a man in this truth is not meant to be rich, all right. Now there are the few what's the word? What's popped up in my head, man? But there is an example, obviously, Joseph of Arimathea, you know, but he was a believer, and he weren't stingy, he weren't selfish, he out there doing things, man. And he obviously paid for the Lord's burial, right? So no one else is gonna do that. So he believed, but in general, there's no rich men ain't meant to. There ain't meant to be no rich men, right? Because everybody's supposed to be given to the ministry and given to the poor. But I'm assuming Creflo Dollar's got poor among his community, but he's super rich. You know, got all kinds of luxuries and living all kinds of lavish lifestyles that just doesn't suit the description of the men of the Lord, the disciples, the prophets. They're out there doing the work. Doesn't fit them. None of those men were rich. A lot of them, depended upon charity, the charity of others, for a place to stay or, things like that. You know, that's how it was for them. But these guys are super rich, like beyond just daily, well beyond just daily bread. These men are beyond, right? And they live differently to the rest of the congregations, right? But anyway, moving on, right? It says, ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. Okay, and what are we supposed to be feeding this flock with, or supposed to be feeding the flock with? The truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The truth. That is what we're meant to be feeding these people. Ultimately, right? Because all this, people handing out bread and tea and all this kind of shit. Okay, yeah, that's all well and good, but that is not the primary job of a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord is supposed to be teaching His gospel. Okay, giving them, rivers of living water. Okay, that they should not thirst. Okay, is what Yahushua was saying to us. The water that I should give you should not thirst. This is what is supposed to sustain us. Is meant to nourish us. Okay, that is what we're here primarily to do. Okay, but these guys, they're not doing that. They might set up a food stand for show and all this kind of shit and whatever, but they're not nourishing the people, man. That's very temporary, man. They'll hunger again, right? But you know, but it's all these guys that are making it rich and all this kind of stuff off our own people. They're not really helping our people, not really, not as a whole, right? And they lead us into wicked ways. Like I said, these celebrities, they promote that promiscuous life, they promote that thug life, and all these wicked lives that they promote, that our people are enticed by the jewels, the sparkling, all the flashy lights and the women and shit. All right, they deceive our people. Those things deceive our people, man, and lead them to do wickedness, man. So they're not leaders, man. They just they're leaders in wickedness. All right, so there's just a few examples. But anyway, verse 4 says, the diseased have you not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound up which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away. They're not interested in bringing our people together under the banner of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Jake got all different types of tips, man. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Jake go under so many different banners and beliefs and all kinds of things, man. You can't get them together. But none of them, apart from us, none of them are trying to get them under the banner of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is where we belong, where we're supposed to serve. And this is what Yahushua came to do, man. He said he came to mend the brokenhearted, heal the sick, and all that kind of stuff. That's what Yahushua is coming to do. There's not a man on this earth that can do that other than Yahushua when he returns. You know? But right now we're preparing ourselves that way with the truth that the Lord has given us. All right? But none of these guys, none of these guys promote Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't promote the truth of the scriptures. They don't do that. Okay, so how can you be sustained? How can you be nourished? How can you be fed? You know? How can your thirst be quenched when they're not feeding you right? They're not giving you what you need. Right? It says neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them. All right, it says and they were scattered because there is no shepherd. There's no real leader out here. Okay, not amongst Jake. Like I said, the men of the Lord. Hey, us men. Us men. Beginning of our elders and apostles, man. We're the ones that have this truth, this 100% truth, this doctrine of Yahweh Shais. Okay, but the majority of the world want to follow the majority of the rest of the people, the rest of the world. They want to follow the world. All right, and there's many more of them than there of us. So, they look at us and they don't, because we ain't got nothing to lure them in with other than this truth, man. If you believe in this truth, you'll be lured in by this truth, man. But if you're not lured in by the truth, you're not lured in by these scriptures, and you're lured in flashy garments or fair speeches or jewels or fame or whatever it is that you look for in this world, then that's what lures these people in, and that's what these other people use. And this is why we don't do all this rap shit that these other camps be doing, or wearing flashy garments, having posting up parties and all this kind of. We don't do that, man. That's the world does that. That's what lures these people in. That's the same thing the world. That's the same as these fucking rappers do in these celebrities and shit. That's what they do, and that's why everyone aspires to be a part of that lifestyle. Because of the gimmicks that they use, man. Even though these men are catching hell, also, man, they've got to do all kinds of shit to have and maintain that money that they're getting from Esau. All kinds of ill and wicked shit that they got to do. And their conscience is being seared, man. It bothers them sometimes. But when they're getting paid, they don't give a shit, obviously. But they lead our people into those ways, and those ways are wicked, man. All right. It says, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. Right? So this made it easy for the heathens, primarily Esau, to pick us off, man, to become a prey unto him. Right? To exploit also, because we're not united, we're not together, So if the way they, well, I guess the way they say it, if their own people are abusing them and exploiting them and that, then why shouldn't we? They said their own shepherds pity them not. So they ain't gonna give a fuck. They're heathens, man. They don't give a shit about Israel. So they're gonna do the same thing, man. But Esau's able to do it on a larger level, man. Right? It says, my sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Okay, no one's looking to restore us. Scripture tells you that also, man. So none saith restore. There's no nation out there, even of our people, that are looking to restore us back to our original state with our true identity. They ain't none of them trying to do that. All right. It says, therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, saith the Lord, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves, and not my flock. Right? So as long as you're getting it in, you're getting fat, you're getting rich, you're getting what you want, your fame, your glory. That's all these guys are really concerned about. That's all they're really concerned about, man. All right. It says, therefore, ye shepherds. Oh, it's like it says verse 11. It says, for thus saith the Lord God, behold, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. The Lord gonna do it. Okay, and how did that occur? Through the Holy Spirit. Okay, Yahweh Shai was sent, right? Yahweh Shai fed us or gave us this truth, this doctrine, this knowledge, right? And Yahweh Shai returned to the spirit realm. Okay, time has elapsed since then, right? So we're back here today now. And guess what? The Holy Spirit is providing for us, man. Yahweh Shai is providing for us. Okay, with this truth. All right? That's why I said the Lord power, because the Lord is going to send the Spirit upon us, man, to receive these things. And that's why he's seeing this great awakening happening. Okay, because truth is being returned unto us. Okay, beginning with our elders, apostles, and their elders. This truth through the Holy Spirit was given back to us, man. All right? It says, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. And that's why, because we're in the four corners of the earth. We've been scattered, right? So we're in the four corners of the earth, and this is why you're seeing Israelites pop up everywhere. All right? As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, and I will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. All right? So, hey, when we're heading into the last days, all right, we know the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Well, that's the cloudy and dark day. All right, the Lord is going to deliver us out of these nations that where we've been scattered. Okay, when the time comes. Okay, when judgment is about to be brought down. Okay, beginning with our brothers in America, man. Okay, because America is going to be totally and wholly destroyed. Okay, and the elect out of the land of America, Babylon, okay, are going to be delivered in chariots. Okay, what you people call UFOs. All right. But America is going to be gone, and everybody that's left on it is going to be gone. All right. Verse 13, and I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries. So the Lord is not delivering these countries or these people from these countries, but the Israelites out of these countries. Like we keep telling you, man, this is not about the heathen. The heathen cannot be saved. Okay, the Lord is coming to save his people. Okay, who are the Israelites, right? And will bring them to their own land, the land of Israel, and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers, and in all the inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, saith the Lord. Power. I will seek that which was lost, and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong. So who is that speaking about? That's these leaders, man, that have been made fat of us, man, that are making all this money, but they're not giving nothing in return. Like I said, if they were making money but they were doing, righteousness, they were doing everything they're supposed to be doing, then there's nothing to say. At the end of the day, the Lord is blessed them with money. Okay, but they've been doing righteous things, so there's nothing to be said. But the fact of the matter is that these guys are making all this money, man, but they send you, moldy bread, man. You know what I'm saying? They send you dirt, right? Because none of what it is that they're giving you is gonna help you, man. Okay, and this is the thing. Like, if you're not teaching the 100% truth of the Lord, man, you're really deceiving the people. Because a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. All right, and that's obviously concerning these Israelite camps, because they're closer to the truth than many others. But if you're not got 100% truth, man, you're deceiving the people. And this is becoming more and more evident. Every day, every week that passes, man, with more and more crazy things coming out your mouths, man. Scripture speaks about the mouths of the circumcised must be stopped. Because you're talking a bunch of shit right now, deceiving many people. Eventually your mouths will get stopped when Yahweh Shai decides. But we got a duty to mark these men that cause division, man. All right, so we got to make it known what it is that they're saying is a lie, is untruthful, and we have to break it down what it really is, you know. But outside of these Israelite camps, you got these, like I said, these people making hella money off Jake, trainers, CDs, clothing, all of this, But Jake don't really get nothing in return, you know. Jake's still in the same poor condition that they're in. All right. So those are going to feed you with judgment, right? Because you sought to live your life out here in Babylon, man. The scripture speaks about woe to them that seek to save their life, man. You're looking to make it in this world, but this world is going to be destroyed. So those that put their blood, sweat, and tears into this world when it really should be in serving the Lord, well, guess what? You're going to be destroyed with this world when the destruction comes, when the judgment comes. All right. Verse 17, as for you, O my flock, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, between rams and the he goats. Seemeth it a small thing unto you to have eaten up the good pasture? Right? But you must tread down with your feet the residue of your pastures, and to have drunk of the deep waters, but you must foul the residue with your feet. Right? So everything that you've done has come at a cost to your own people. Right? As for my flock, they eat that which ye have trodden with your feet. So we get left with the shitty end. So you got all the good, okay, because you trampled the trampled the rest of it, man. That's what we get left with. But you're getting exalted, you're getting, whatever, right? And they drink, as for my flock, they eat with that which ye have trodden with your feet, and they drink that which you have fouled with your feet. Therefore, thus says the Lord power unto them, behold, I, even I, will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle. Right, because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the disease with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. Right, so David's going to be reestablished, as we know. Elder Apostle Gabar did a video just recently, Elder High Priest Jacob and King Marshall. Just a brief video. But these men will be back. Okay, King David is going to be back. King Marshall is going to be back, right? So he's going to lead and rule over us, man. Okay, under Yahweh Shai. And I, the Lord, will be their power, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. And I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land. Okay, that covenant of peace is that second covenant, man, which Yahweh Shai established, or is establishing with us, man. Where we're going to be made perfect, and the laws are going to be written in our minds. Okay, we're never going to transgress the Lord again. Okay, and therefore we will continually be blessed. Okay, in the kingdom of heaven. All right, ain't no more this going off in this captivity business that's been going on for all these years. All right. I will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing, and I will cause the shower to come down in his season. There shall be showers of blessing. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land, and shall know that I am the Lord. When I have broken the bands of their yoke, and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them. Because Jay is seriously exploited in this world, man. Because Jay got all the talent. But none of the money, none of the power, none of the platforms, none of the outlets. Right, so Jay has all this ability, all this talent, all this ingenuity, but he can't do nothing with that talent unless it's being funded. And this is where Esau comes in. This is where the other nations comes in and exploits our talents, man. Exploits our abilities. Right, and lead us down paths that are not convenient for us, man. Yeah, it makes you rich in the short term, or at least richer than other Jake, certain other people. Because Esau, the ones that you're working for, or the people that exploit you, are always making a hell of a lot of money than you are. So it's rich is in comparison, because you're not rich compared to those guys. All right, but say Esau comes through with the money, with the the outlets and all this kind of stuff, and he's making the most of the money, even though he ain't putting most of the work in. Shit, hardly any work. Set up a few meetings. But you're the one that's got to perform. You're the one that's got to design and rack your brains over technicals and appliances and all this kind of stuff. You're the one that's got to brainstorm all this shit. But he's going to be the one to profit mostly from it, right? And I'm not saying that obviously if someone's helping you do something, they don't get a cut, of course, obviously. But Esau takes the fucking monkey, mate. Let's just be real with it. Esau is taking the effing monkey, right? Taking the biscuit, right? So. And Esau knows it because you are poor, we're down and out people, we're easy to exploit. That's just the truth of the matter, man. The poor are easy to exploit. The rich exploit the poor. It's as simple as that. And so even our own people do the same thing. Those are slightly higher up in society or whatever, or put themselves on a certain platform. They use other people. They use other Jakes. Sarnet is a good good example of that. Just pop into my head, right? He ain't got no allegiances to nothing. He don't stand for shit. He just stands for making money. So, he use all these guys on his platform to make himself money. He don't give a shit about what they're talking about. He ain't trying to educate the people really. you know, he just wants the meanest battles on there so, people can keep watching his channel. It's as simple as that. But it doesn't help our people at all. He ain't about helping our people. He's about helping himself. All right. They're just examples that put to mind. Verse 28, and they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. So there's going to come a point in time when Yahushua returns. Okay, we're going to be brought back home. We're going to be brought back to our land of Israel, the land of Israel, and we've got to dwell safely, man. We ain't going to have to worry about these fucking heathen no more. Trying to do none of that shit, right? Because they're all going to be in slavery. They're all going to be in captivity. They're going to be put underfoot. Okay, they're not going to be in a position to try and exploit us because they ain't got no power, no nothing. Because it was all going to belong to us. So none of them is going to make us afraid. Right? Unlike now, what's going on in the land of Israel right now, they seem to be afraid of everybody. Everybody's trying to destroy them apparently. So everyone, they're afraid. Which if they were the people of the Lord, that shouldn't be the case. All right. Verse 29 says, and I will raise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall no more be consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. All right, it says, and thus shall they know that I, the Lord, their power, am with them. All right, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord power, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right, so it's going to be made known in that day that the Lord's people are the children of Israel, like we've been saying and like we've been teaching this whole time. Okay, contrary to others, right? But the Lord's people are the children of Israel, and this is why the heathen are going to get put in captivity as part of that judgment that's going to come upon them. All right, this is verse 31, and ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men. So Lord, showing you Lord is dealing with men. Okay, this isn't about the women. The women in this truth, those that believe, they're backseat passengers, man. And that's it. They support their husbands and whatever, but that's as far as it goes. Okay, they're not here to teach and preach this ministry. Okay, that's not their role, right? So their role is just to be good wives and support their husbands and that, right? And in turn, they will be looked after, man. The Lord will have mercy upon you, women, and you, Lord willing, be delivered with your husband, and your children and that, right? But the Lord is dealing with the men of Israel to preach this truth, and that's why you see the men out there, doing their thing, man. All right, it says, ye, my flock, are ye And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, your power, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh, right? So, that's pretty much it, man. The Lord's our power. All right, that's why we come out with great boldness when we come out and teach these things, man. Because we believe that. We believe we're those children. We believe in the things that are written for the children of Israel. Okay, the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai to come and deliver us from the hands of the heathen. Okay, and from all those that hate us, man. And unfortunately, that includes 2/3 of our own people. Our own people hate us, man. Even though they talk about all this love shit, but these are some of the most wicked people you're gonna meet. my dad will even tell me that. And this is why there's so much wickedness that goes on between our people, man. And it has to stop. Okay, all the adultery and the murder and the scheming, the stealing, the preying, preying upon brothers. All this has got to stop, man. This is not how we're supposed to be conducting ourselves, man. But, we understand this is part of the curses and it's part of the system that Esau is created for us, man. But we need to get out of the hell, get out of this system, man. And come onto the truth, come onto the Lord, under Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's what our people need to do. And that's what's really going to serve us and better us, man. All right, but say our leaders, these leaders we got in the world, man, they're not going to provide you with that. They're not concerned with that. All they're really concerned about is making a name for themselves, making money for themselves, and all of that, man. They couldn't really give a shit what really happens to you, those that are following them. But anyway, I hope this was an edifying video, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters in the next one. So till then, I say shalom.